Any questions so far? Anything that make any sense that we talked about this morning so far? We're going to move on to my favorite shot to hit, which is the volley. Who was in the match last night? Yeah, you were there. It was so great to see Krychek playing aggressive and coming up to the net. But what shot of his really was horrible? Forehand volley. Right? He had a couple of great backhand volleys. His forehand volley just control it. Yeah. And that's sort of endemic in our sport right now is who's got a great volley in today's game? Is the volley dead? It's a huge part of the game. And players are starting to recognize serve and volley, traditional serve and volley, 100% singles might be dead. But the idea of moving into the net, so now the midcourt volley is becoming the key element, being able to, how do you transition, make it in there. So I love the volley, I love teaching it. I've had the opportunity to coach and work with some of the best volleyers in the world. How many of you heard of Leander Pace? Is he the best volleyer in the world right now? Still, at age 41. So at 12, he came to our program in India, and I had a chance to work with him and teach him his volley. And the foundation, what I love about Leander is that right now, as you watch him volley, technique-wise, you cringe at, because he'll swing and he'll flip and he'll do all kinds of stuff. He doesn't take it back here. And like in the semis of the Australian mix, he took one right there to save the match for him. But if you watch his low forehand first volley, still picture perfect right there. And that's the beauty. When we teach the right fundamentals, then it gives them the freedom then to do whatever they want within that. But they know that they can always go back to the fundamentals. And that's what we want to develop. It's such a natural fundamental that it's adaptable to any aspect of the game or any part of the game. So I need somebody to come on out. Who wants to hit something? Come on. We're just going to run through a couple of my favorite. Stay on that side right now real quick. The first one I always love, I'm sure a lot of you have done this, up a little bit closer, is what we call a catch and hit volley. We're actually catching and hitting. This gets a great feel for the idea of not taking a big swing, the idea of creating the underspin is so critical. And then you can do catch forehand, hit backhand, develop a little bit of footwork, a little bit of quickness. And then you can also, at this stage, add creating power. So now, I'm going to catch and zip. Okay? I didn't give you much warning on that, did I? Catch, boom. Start. Okay? Catch, boom. Okay, so you can do the same thing. And again, we talked about the wrist and how the wrist can create. If you work it well, the wrist creates. And this is what I feel is missing on a lot of volleys in today's game, because they don't understand how to create with the wrist. The wrist, you can be stretched down here, still zip it. You can be down here, still zip it. It gives you a lot that you can do. Now, what do we see a lot in today's game? Slap, chop, drop. So, one of my absolute favorites is the volley arrow. Come on up. So we just slide this guy in here, and the arrow tells us what's happening. Okay, so I'm just going to feed a couple, and where should it finish? Pointing exactly at the target, right? What happens if you start swinging, right? Take a little swing. Okay, look where it's pointing, right? You can get away with it, maybe it's that high, but watch me swing a low ball. Forget about it, okay? It also is great for hit the ball in the net now. In the net, okay, look where it's pointing, right? So what's our overcorrection? Okay, points the arrow up the sky, okay? So again, the arrow just gives that extra sense, that visual sense of, okay, where is it? Backhand can work the same way. Okay? So again, you take somebody who has a slappy, sloppy volley, and all of a sudden, boom, it straightens up with the volley arrow. So you can go ahead and take that out now. How do you develop this feel of the wrist? One of my favorites, which is actually totally goofy. This is actually probably my absolute goofiest one. I'll give you this just because you're going to be down your knees. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get down on one knee, your right knee is down, and then put the racket here. No, use that. You don't need that. I was using that to give you cushion on your knee. Okay, so now you're going to put your, there we go. No, behind your, through your, in front. So put your hand through your legs, between your legs, between your legs. You're right-handed. Okay, right hand, between your legs. There we go. Okay? So now, what does he have to work with? Okay, so now just hit a great volley, okay? Now obviously on this one he's totally dependent on my speed, right? So you have to be a great feeder if you're going to try this. So what could this correct? Yeah, so if it goes down with the wrist, what's going to happen? Bang, right? And that's what will happen to a lot of players, okay? If his racket is closed, it's not going to go over, right? So we got to work. So now really stick, really boom, really get that bottom edge coming through. There we go. Okay, feel that motion of really create. See what's happening now? He's developing a feel of creating right there. Okay, now stand up and hit a couple low volleys back to the baseline. Back to the baseline. So correction just a little bit more bottom edge. Bottom edge. It's good. See, he's trying to really go for it. He's not just dumping it. I'm giving him tough balls. Good. So that motion of that bottom edge really coming forward there makes a big difference. Anybody heard of a guy named Rohan Gopinath? Doubles player. About 5 years ago in India. He'd been on the circuit for 10 years, never been more than 50 grand. I taught him a couple lessons and I gave him this one. He was a 6'6" dude. And he's doing this crazy thing, but he had a crappy low volley. Just this little thing right here gave him enough of a good low volley that he went on to make top 10 in doubles and made more than $250,000 every year since. And just simple little things like this, even if you play around with players like that, can still make a huge difference. No. You could, but, I mean, you could have him down on the knees with the backhand to prevent this guy from going down to chop. Yeah, I would do this. The problem with some of these is that you, on the backhand, the left hand is so important, the non-racket hand is so important that you try to stay away from some of these. Yeah. Let me show you a couple others. One of my favorites. Stand right there, stick your left elbow in front of your stomach. Right there, and then grab your right wrist with your left hand. Now all I'm going to do is toss back and forth, forehand to backhand. No feet. So this one time, no feet. Okay? All you can do is just set the wrist. Okay? And again, this gets rid of a big swing. It gets them the feeling that the first motion is just preparing the wrist, setting the wrist, racket hit in front. Okay? So he's pretty good. So yeah. Okay? So now we make it tough. Ready? No pattern. You got to react. Okay? That is a great way to develop quickness out here. What's the big problem with the volley? Or people think that the first motion is a step, right? Why is a step not the most important motion? You'd always have time for it. Doesn't work when the ball's right at you, and it's too late. It's too far back. This is the key right here. Quick hand. So now if you set it here, then you can attack in and really go for it. Another one to really prevent the big swing and everything is the volley, 2 hands on both sides. Ready? I should do it with him, but I don't bend quite like I used to. Sorry. So this is, what would this correct?
People that reach for balls.
Exactly. So you can't take a big backswing, that's for sure. Look at his footwork. How many kids do you see do this? Right? It keeps him in front. It also prevents you from going too far out in front. Right? People used to think hit the ball as far out in front of you as you can. That's not where your strength is. Who's heard of Gigi Fernandez? Okay? One of the top doubles players in history. I coached Gigi when she was 12 a little bit. When she was a freshman at Clemson, she came back to Puerto Rico. And I was teaching at the best resort that had the best beach. So Gigi calls me up and says, hey, take it, get me to Saramar Beach. And she was lazy as hell, and I knew that. I said, okay, she's on one condition. You have to come out and hit for 1 hour to earn your beach time. And I wasn't trying to coach her. I was just getting her to hit some. But her volley at that time looked like this. Way out in front, and of course, lazy feet. 5 minutes of this a day, she left as one of the best volleys in the world. And the best thing about it, she had no clue that it happened. To this day, she would never connect with that made a difference in her volley, because she was just humoring me. Oh yeah. But that's what gimmicks, the best gimmicks do. They correct 3 or 4 things, like we just talked about, and they do it without having to go through a thought process. Does that make sense? Automatic, without ever knowing it, without going through the hassle of, oh my gosh. Now a simple one, and again, the other one that's great for gimmicks is, can they be repeated? And in a match situation, so a simple way to do it is just grab the right wrist with the left hand and just play like that, okay? So if somebody's really slapped with a forehand volley, he just gets that automatically helps him develop the feel of really creating with that forehand volley, okay? So simple, again, forcing to use just what works. Does that make sense? So if I would get Krychek out here, get him down and do a little pretzel and do a few things like that, his forehand volley would be massively improved instead of doing that stuff. The beauty about this with the wrist, you can be totally pulled out live, totally in trouble, and still, oh, I can drop it. Or I can pop it. You still control. So that's why I love helping people develop a great wrist, because that is how you get yourself out of trouble and still control. Whether it's a tweener, whether it's back from here, it's flick out here, when you're in trouble, that ability to control the wrist and bracket is the key to still having options. Does that make sense? How's that feel? Like your volley?
I already like my volley.
Yeah, you had a good volley. But you just think, boom. Okay, so one minute, let's just let it go. Ready? Here we go. No, go for it, come on. All right, got me. Good stuff. Okay, that's the quickness. Okay. And then if I want to make it really tough, I might just be fast. And, okay? Now, how do you teach people how to cover their body. Which is better, forehand or backhand? Okay, so the way you teach it is, okay, you cannot move. There's only a couple times when you ever tell people not to move. Okay, and this is one of them. You cannot move. Ready? Okay? So again, you get them away from the fear of having to do so much. Everyone says, get away from me. Alright? So just, no, that's it. This is my shield, no problem. When you develop that feeling, the next takes away the fear of the next. Better they fear you in practice than overdo it and give them a chance to feel it, what it feels like, than it is to have them be fearful in the net and never come on. Okay, any questions about the volley? Yeah. Okay, that's a great question for anything, and also transition with kids. So, what are the advantages of a two-hander on the volley? More control, strength. What are the disadvantages? Okay, so less reach. What's the other one? What? Tendency to want to keep using the same top spin that you do. And what's the other one? Okay, not the same answer. What did we just do? That's the real limitation, is you don't have the same coverage. I mean, I as a one-hander can come way out here with my backhand. You better believe if somebody's ready to hit a smash at me, I'm only thinking backhand. Forget forehand. I'm just protecting myself. That's the first thing that you have to teach people. Okay? You got to protect the important things. Okay? Now, and that's the issue here. So with two hand, one hand, it all depends on what their aspirations are. Okay? If I have a good tournament aspiring junior, by the time they're 12, I'll be working them on a one-hander. Now, here's a little gimmick. Here's how I like to teach the one-handed backhand. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to hold the racket right there on the wrist, and I want you to catch the ball in the left hand. Okay? Okay? Just toss it. Yeah, separate and toss. And then it's a great opportunity to practice the feet. So now step in. Okay, good. Couple more. Good. One more. Okay, good. Now, next step is hold it up there and don't let go. Okay? Keep it on. Now, hold it up here normally. Okay? And don't let go. Okay? Okay? Now, the next step is I want you now to think that the left hand is preventing you from coming forward. So you're trying to really move this forward, building up a tremendous amount of strength here. And this is like a jack in the box. It's holding it back until the last second and boom, it springs out. Okay, got that? So now let it just spring out the absolute last second. And there's the ball. And you'll find this all of a sudden, they feel what it's like to use strength here. They feel what it's like not to take a big swing and to just make the motion as simple. Yeah, that opposing force. I build it up, I hold it back, and boom, as opposed to I got to swing. Who saw Nishikori's backhand volley yesterday? He hit a couple unbelievable and the ball just took off. And that's what you want, that simple motion, but just the time you just boom, right there. That's when you know you got a great volley. So, and then you need to teach that, and kids have to develop the strength. So I like to have them do this guy, and then learn to be able to do these. I love volleying against the wall. I think it's the best. You volley 20, 30, 40 in a row against the wall forehand, 50 backhand, and even back and mix it up. Wall's the best way to develop that kind of strength. But you have to develop the strength. Otherwise, if you just say force them, say go from a 2 to 1 hand without developing the strength, then they think you're nuts. Oh man, I hate this. Okay? Another one I like to do to get the feeling of the quickness is bounce up and off the edge. Okay? Now, no big deal when you're doing it well. The key is when you miss it, just stay with it. Okay, so again, it's not wrong to miss hit. The key is how fast are your hands to recover. And so there you're developing the quickness in the hands to really make the great ball. Anything else? Good question. Okay, so first step was catch. Second step was catch and don't let go. Third step was create energy forward and left hand holding back so that when you let it go, the ball just takes off. Yeah. Exactly. Great analogy, yeah. Yeah, and then the other one you can do is just have them hit the left hand and forehand volleys. And that's how you develop a two-minute back. You just hit left-handed, and then you go with 2 fingers off, put the right hand on, and then you move it up, and that gets you the feeling of that left hand really exploding through on the backhand, or on the backhand ground stroke. Okay. Now, let's just move a little bit away from that. Come on over. What's your name again? Robert. Thanks. Okay. We're going to spend a few minutes now on how do you create cues on the court. How do you use targets? Okay? So, Belinda, you want to grab that? They've got some great ways to create targets. Let's use the orange one first. The first product that On-Court Off-Court ever did was called air targets. Everybody know what that is? Air zone. Where they had another part that came up here and they had a line stretch across there. I mean, one of the things that so many people don't recognize is the arc over the net. Right? You ask kids, how far, or anybody, how far over the net are you trying to hit? What do half of them say? 6 inches, that's cool. When it just blows right over, you know? Jimmy Connors could do it. Nobody else in history has been able to play that way. Nishikori, look at his arc. Unbelievable. The guy's got such accelerated top speed. He's hitting 4 or 5 feet over that and he's diving down. So to get people the understanding of the arc is really key. So we're going to use this for the serve now. This is a great one for serving. So come on back. Bring it over in, okay, so he's working on slide serve.
So where do you want?
Let's work on slide serve. Right there is good. Right. You have to play around with where to put these, but again, visual learners need a target. Okay? And part of the transition of getting people off of, oh, here's what I'm doing, the next step is always what's happening out here. Results oriented. Where am I hitting the ball? When you're serving, what do you want to think about? When you stand out here to serve, what should be going through your mind? Exactly. What goes through most of our minds? God, let me just get it in. I hope I don't double fall. Oh my gosh. Right? Instead of, oh, here's where it's going, and having a target there. Okay? So, this one takes a minute to, it's okay, Glenn, that's okay. That's good enough. Okay, so now we're working on our slice serve. So now there's your target. Go. Now, is hitting the target, getting it to the goal? Go ahead, keep going. Sure, it's great if he gets it, okay? But more important is to make the correction, okay? So now, you go on the left of the target again? Okay, so let's go for it. So we want to use targets as corrective devices. Good, now you've got the ring. All right, now hit it. So again, the targets become a way of a process of educating the wrist. Give him a head. We can stop there. Okay? So you give a target, and then you have them do around it. make mistakes. He goes long, in the net. He goes in the net, hit long. He goes wide left. In other words, what we're doing is educating using the target as the goal. Okay? One again, the hardest ideas I love is he calls them the A, B, and C's. Right? Alley, body, center, body, alley. And you just say, okay, so you double the target. I'm going A. Serve to C. Serve to B. It's just having that target in mind. Okay? So now, another great thing that these lines and everything are great for. Well, first of all, how many of you have 60-foot lines on your course? Do you use them for teaching and targets? Aren't they the best? All you got to do is say, hey, aim every ball for one of those blue lines. Perfect. You get enough depth. You give enough margin of error from the sidelines. Okay, so the blue lines are huge. Use them. Now, if you don't have the blue line, let's create, we'll call this the no zone. Okay? So I like to create sort of a little area in here where we say, okay, any ball that lands in this area, you lose the point. Or whatever. Okay? So it could be the no zone, or you can create actual zones you want to hit. The key is use the torque. Use everything you can to help them recognize. Okay? So let's say we're just hitting for a minute here. And I guarantee that if he keeps it out of the no zone, I'm in history because there's no way I'll run down his balls. Go ahead. Go ahead, just hit. Okay? So I'm not going to be fast enough to run down his balls if he keeps it out of the no zone. Okay? Except I get sloppy. And I haven't hit a ball yet since I've been in Memphis. And all I can do anymore anyway is volley. But the whole idea is he's keeping me, holy cow. He's keeping me up, out of the no zone. Okay, now, yeah. Youth, damn kids. I like a smart guy, all right? That's the first rule of strategy. Take advantage of your opponent's weaknesses, man. You got an old guy, what do? You drop shot and block him. Okay? So, use targets. Okay? Mike Gordolfo, I used to love those blow-up targets. You know? Whose dad used to use those? Kids love them, don't they? It's like, ah, you know? But always use your targets as a training tool. And never make it that if I don't hit the target, I'm useless. Oh no, I failed. Do kids say that now? I heard that a lot. Oh, I failed. Failed. And that, I would love to just wipe that out of kids' terminology. It seems like it's big. Is it your generation too?
I don't think I would say it.
Yeah, the kids now saying I failed. So we got to take that away. No. Observe. Sure, the ball landed out, but if you corrected your previous mistake, you was good. That's the whole point. Okay. Who's ready to play some games? The response is overwhelming.
Well, let's go to the post.
Okay. I'd like to change gears now for a minute and focus on cardio tennis. How many of you run cardio tennis programs? How many of you have tried it in the past and no longer run? Okay. Good. How many of you don't have a clue what cardio tennis is? Okay, good. So, We know that cardio tennis is about fitness, right? It's a fitness class. How long has it been in existence in its branded form? 2005. Okay? 2005, I was at the Australian Open, got a call from Jim Ball. He said, I've got this girl, Michelle Krause, who works for you, who is interviewing for my position. I said, Jim, hire her. She's the greatest. She's been working with me for 7 years. She's awesome. You got to get her. She's been spearheading it for all that time. But what I want to do today is share with you what's happening in cardio tennis. Okay, so there's a couple of things that are fairly new. I'm going to need about 8 people to come out. So who's ready? And what I want to, let's do, need 8, we got 4. Need 4 more. What I want you to do is everybody grab one of these line things. Come on down. You don't have to be under 30 to do this. You can make a fool of yourself like I just did, trying to hit balls. We'll give you a little chance to warm up. Okay, now, this is a key element of cardio right now, and that is the signature cardio tennis sports setup. And what we'll do is, normally we'd use any kind of, we're going to put one here, one there, and same thing on that side. Okay? So take it and go to one of those spots. One more, we got spot for one more. Who is it? Who's going to have courage? There we go. All right, go ahead. So grab one of these guys. Eventually, yeah. Don't worry, I'll get you one. Grab your spot, and we need 2 over here. So normally you have this all set up. So you come onto the court. Yeah, so you don't need to go to that one over there, and somebody go over there. Hold on. Come over here, Gordon. Yeah. Move this over to there. No. Okay? So normally you have this set up ahead of time. You'd have your dots, your whatever plastic you have there, you'd have it set up. And this is what we call signature cardio tennis setup. Now, Bill, can you talk about the 3 phases of warm-up? Not really, huh? Okay, there's 3 phases of warm-up. What would be the first warm-up phase, do you think? I know you mentioned, it was mentioned in your dynamic movement, okay? Dynamic movement, doesn't mean stretching, it means dynamic movement. So, put on your rackets. We're just going to go through this super quick. All I want you to do is, you're light on your feet, we're ready to go, and I want you to jog in, high-five your partner, and then come back. Ready, go. Nice and easy, high-five and come back. Now this time I want you to go sideways shuffle. High-five and back. Now turn around, go the other way, side shuffle. Okay? Now this time I want you to go high knees, and fist bump them. Okay, get the idea, okay? Good job, hold up. So you can do a million of these, okay? But that's the dynamic warm-up portion. What would be the second portion? Not yet. What was Bill talking about? Ball skills, tracking. I use that all the time. You know, when you bounce that. But we're going to do a slightly different one. Everybody on that side come over here. Everybody grab one ball. There's a part there. Here's the way this one works. Stand right there. Stand right there. We're facing each other. On the line. I'm going to toss the ball over his, I can't get it over his head. Anyway, I'm going to try to toss it over his head, and you catch on one bounce. Go. Okay, come on back. Give me a high five, and we switch. Don't be quite so mean to me. And you work on your track. Okay, go. So you can be nice at the beginning. So what's this developing? Footwork, the idea of turning quickly. What else? Catching, tracking. You can make it a little bit tougher now. Oh, that was way too easy. He was expected to be tough. Now, deeper. Give him some challenge here. Oh, you got to switch it. Okay? What else can you do here? What else can you add to this one? Yeah, you can call out how many bounces. Bounce once, bounce twice, catch in the air. So now call out how many bounces you want to catch up. Oh! That's easy for the Baylor guy. Okay, so this is the next phase, is hand-eye coordination, getting the feel. So the one that's with the tossing the two balls is one of those. You can do all kinds of different drills like that. What would the third step be? Now is the practice, now it's my hit. Okay, so go back to your spots, grab a racket. So there's a million things you can do here, okay? But what we're going to do first, since these guys are pretty well warmed up, is we're going to do hit back and touch either the net or the line, okay? The closest line. Ready? Guys, go ahead. It's relatively cooperative, but you can be nasty too. Here you go, Barton. Take my place there before I get one out. Yeah. Mix it up. Don't go to the same spot. Don't be so cooperative that you don't make each other run it off. Great save. Nice. Yeah, good save. So they're working racket skills within a combined range. Usually we do one or two things in between them, and you pick and choose. You'll need one or two of each one. Okay, good. Hold up. Now you got your heart rate up. We're going to do one more just for fun to show you, and this is called the body bump. Okay, so you hit each other, and then you stop it with some part of your body. Okay, mix it up, have fun with it, goof around, use your head, use your chest, use your knee, use your elbow, use your shoulder. Be creative. Challenge yourself. Turn a 360 in between if you want to. Yeah. Cool. Do the headers. Oh yeah, sweet. See how creative they're getting? The kind of racket control skills they're creating here. So again, there's no right or wrong, there's no perfect form. You can't have perfect form doing this, but you're learning to control the racket. Okay, good job, everybody. Okay, come on in real quick. Next to the vocal racket. Great racket. Any questions there? So that's the signature cardio tennis court setup, and those are the three phases of warm-up, which are, what's number one? Dynamic movement. What's number two? Hand-eye coordination tracking. And third, light hitting, racket control. Now you can start to visualize the whole range of things you can put into those categories, and then that gives you the variety to mix it up. Does that make sense? So that's the number one aspect that's really key in cardio right now, is the idea that the warm-up is critical. Okay? And we want to make sure you go through all three of those. So even if you're not doing cardio tennis, just having that warm-up procedure is huge. In my private lessons, I get half of my teaching done in the first 5 minutes of warm-up. You know, whether it's catch and hit, catch and top spin, you know, there's loads you can do to create the feel for the ball in the warm-up. Any questions there? The next thing about cardio tennis, which is more important in cardio, games or drills? When we first started, almost 10 years ago, the key was how fast we feed drills, right? And so our class is about 70% drills, 30% games. Because with regular balls, the drills were the way that we could level out the competition so you didn't get in trouble. So you had to be a great feeder, right? Now it's so much easier because now 70% we're doing games. Why? We recommend using the orange balls, what we call the cardio balls. And unfortunately we don't have any here because they make it awesome. Okay? So just for fun, I'd like to just show you, so we use the drills now as a warm-up. Okay? So just to get these guys warmed up and hit some balls before we start playing lots of games, I'll do one drill. Once you get that racket out of there, grab the other green vocal there. That's the same.
You got red balls over there if you want to try with the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
They don't, you can't play that much with them. Okay, here's what I want you to do. It's real simple. 2 lines. You're going to hit 3 shots. Ground stroke, approach, volley. Stay on the same side, and then we go on the outside, switch lines. I'm going to be in the middle here because it's the best angle. Just don't hit me too hard. Okay, ready? Here we go. So this would be the toughest drill you'd ever have to feed. In. And we're switching sides after every line. Ready? Start. Get back in on that side if you want. So this will be a pretty tough warm-up drill. Now what I want you to do, just for a sec, watch how I'm feeding. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions about what I'm doing feeding to be able to keep this drill going the way it's going. You're shooting. Yeah. Good. Make that approach. Get in there. And ready for that quick volley. Here's that back end volley. Sweep. Oh, tough and Gary. Oh. Last couple. Nice clear. Thanks for getting the ball out of there. Nice. Good. Last couple. And last clear. Here we go. Okay. Great. Stay on the move. Let's put up the balls real quick. Couple of questions. What made that drill effective? They kept moving, right? Now, a lot of times we use what we call cardio blasts, which are ladders or sideline drills. But if you keep things moving quickly, you don't even have to resort to that because they're on the move. This is the only drill we're going to do all day. The rest is all going to be games. But what was I doing feeding that made it work? Okay. The secret is I go in every time. A lot of us are used to 3 balls, boom, 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 3 balls, boom, boom, boom. And that works for 90% of drills, but not when you need the rhythm like that. Okay? Do you ever feel like it's out of control? Is the ball where it should be? Okay? So that, if you want to find out what kind of feeder you are, that's a drill. Who mentioned backspin? I don't choke out, but a lot of people do choke out to be able to do this. The beauty of underspin feeds are, number one, you can control the depth better. So if you don't hit underspin on the drop shot, you're toast. Right? You're always having to come in for that approach, right? And then if I wanted to, I could zip it to you for the volley, or the next phase of that little drill would be, oh, now it's overhead. Approach volley overhead. Right? So if you're feeding flat, not going to work. Yeah. So the other thing is it's selfish. Forehand volley is the only thing I've got left in my game that's any good. Because I'm practicing it when I read. Okay? All the rest of the game goes out. My forehand volley is still there because it's what I'm practicing. Where how many people practice sloppy feeding or down in here? And so how do you take advantage of most teaching pros? Go to their forehand volley. Right? Because they're sloppy now. So be selfish a little bit. Okay? So that's just a little bit on cardio feeding. But again, the important thing is you don't have to worry about that too much. It's all about games. Okay? So what we're going to do now is play a few games. And what I want you to do is, as we're doing the game, we're not going to talk about it, but I want you to answer the question afterwards, what game type situation is this game focusing on? When we first started cardio, it was all about the fitness. It's a fitness class. Yeah. Well, I'll show you a few games and I'll let you guys do something. But it used to be all about the fitness. It's a workout. And then we realized, hey, people are getting better. They're improving their tennis game. They're improving their strokes. Guys, why isn't the girl that's the only one picking up? Give her a hand. So, thank you. Where was I? So, then we realized, hey, people are getting better. And so now we're saying, let's actually use cardio tennis as a way to teach situational tennis. Okay? So with each game, you say, oh, what situation is putting it in? And then how do they handle it? Oh, they stumped at it? Oh, maybe that's the theme of our next session together. And so you tie it in as part of your whole lesson program. Does that make sense? So we don't have the orange balls, I'm sorry, but you guys around, anybody afraid? Get hit? Nah, I didn't think so. Yeah, don't have to admit it. Okay, so the first game we're going to play is called Desperate Housewives. Okay, here's the way it works. I need 2 players on that side. You're the champions. Everybody else come on over here. These are our 2 starting spots. 1 player is here, 1 player is here. They're a doubles team. Everybody else back behind this line. And the line goes here. So we need 2 players here. My theme is going to go back in that corner. The person who's in front is taking it. You play out the point. Ready? Here we go. Okay, great. You guys are out. We're on back fence. Get out of there. Next pair in. Here we go. Great shot. Come on over. Take your place. You guys are out. Come on over. Everybody, quick. You guys are the net. Everything is the net here. Out of there. Oh, is it around? Out of there! You're in guard. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, out of there. Great volley. Uh-oh, look at it. It's out of there. Nice try. Oh, no, sweet. Love it. Didn't expect that. Oh, get caught. Fast. Nice save. Out of there. So are you. Nice pickup. Uh-oh. Ooh, good teamwork. Oh, yeah. Come on over. You earned it. Great strategy. Last few. Here we go. Last. Oh, that was nasty, wasn't it? Here we go. Good save. But it's out of there. Last 6 balls. You have to earn it now. Oh, yeah.
See ya.
Last 5. Oh, way to go for it. Last 4. Who's going to end up the champs? Uh-oh, look out. Woo. Here we go. Last 3. Ooh, out of there. Last 2. Are they going to end up the champs? time. Ooh, looks like it caught the line. Oh no! Okay, high five everybody. High fives all around. Good job. Okay, now the question is, what were at least one if not two situations that we're working on? What's the obvious one? Yeah, right? How often do you have your team's practice going back to retrieve the lob back here when the ball is going over their head? Could be a game changer, right? Everybody in doubles knows it's the defensive shots that you come up with a miracle shot recovery when you're in trouble that turn matches around, right? And so many people don't know how to do that shot. So that's the obvious one. Any other ones that are more subtle? What situation? What? Yeah, so working on teamwork, the whole idea of communicating, covering back behind. Good. That make sense? Okay, now next one. It's called Chicago 2-ball. Here's the way it works. Actually, this is drop shot Chicago 2-ball. This one. So we have 4 players on each side. And the team that's up starts on the baseline. The other team's out. Yeah, you guys are over there. Switch partners, so you're not with the same partner just for this. Now, here's the way it works. When I say now, you run back, touch that spot, and then come in to get my nasty drop shot. And then you play out the point against them. Okay? If you win the first point, I feed the next of the lob to these guys, and you play out the next point. If you win both of those, you're over to the championship side. If not, next team's in. Got it? Go! Touch, and whoa! Look out. Okay, now, hold on, touch the net. Touch the net. You guys touch the net. You gotta win one more over there. And here it goes. Oh, they lucked out. So you got it there, you're out of there, next team in. Ready, go, touch back. And, whoa! That could be out of there. Okay, switch. You guys are still on the championship side. Ready, go. No, start the baseline. Start the baseline. Go. Oh no! Touch. Whoa! You guys are in for that. You win another, you go. Out of there. Go. Switch side. You guys are in the non-champion side. Go. Now, when you're waiting back here, guys, ooh, one more. But I'm going to make it tough. When you're waiting back there, keep your feet moving. Okay, come on over. When you're waiting, keep the feet moving. Ready, go. Great shot, out of there. You guys are still in. Ready, go. Yeah, if you win 1 point, you're still on this side. Out of there, here we go. Touch it up. Wait, while you're on your way back, run. Ready, go. Oh no, here we go, second ball. That's terrible. You guys got a freebie. Ready, go. Oh, here we go. Second one. Touch that. You got it. Tweener. Oh. Great shot. You got it. Here we go. Last 6 balls. Go. Great shot. Now, you got your still on. You spend it. Go. Out of there. You got defended. Good. Here we go. Last 4. Go. That's 1. Oh. Oh yeah, way to attack. Oh no, that's not going to be good enough. Oh. That's even worse. Oh my God, you're cutting him out of line. Ready, go. Great hustle. That was tough. Here we go. That's net. Uh-oh, nice teamwork. Go, last 3. Oh, sweet. Here we go. Touch in, and back. Who's got it? Oh, good time. Oh, it might be no, it's out of there. Last 2. Who's going to end up on the championship side? Go. Uh-oh, yeah. Smart coverage. Oh! That's it. You got another chance. You got to defend your side. Uh-oh, that's easy. Too easy. Your last 1 match point. Go. Great dig. He tried the drop shot. He did the drop volley. He's going for the touch. Oh yeah, a worthy match point. And that's out of there. And there's the champ from that side. High five to the hand. Woo. Anybody breathing a little heavy? Anybody bored?
I'm doing a presentation, so we don't always get perfect day for cardio class. We make it like 7 or 9.
Okay, great question. The key to being a great cardio pro is adaptation. And that's really one of the key qualities of any coach in anything. How do you adapt? So 8 is ideal, 8 is wonderful, 8 is perfect, and 8 is what most of the games are made for. There are games that are better for 5 or 6. So what would happen if we had an uneven number here?
I would say maybe go to the other side, to switch sides, and then switch partners.
Yeah, switch partners. You could have two on the challenger side here, you could have 5 over there, and they just switch partners. Same thing with Desperate Housewives. You can do it with 5. Okay? It would be tough. And I wouldn't be like that. Okay? But you adapt to your numbers. Now there are different games that are more conducive to smaller numbers. Okay? So let me show you one real quick. That's a great game for say 5. Okay? So who wants to take a quick little rest? Okay? This is called Red Rover. Red Rover. So 2 on this side. You're the champions on this side. Everybody else over there. So the line goes that way out there. I pick the first ball in this spot every time. If this team wins, you're playing doubles. If this team wins, you hustle over here and take his spot. You move over and you go around. Ready? Here we go. Out of there. So you're out. Back in line. You come across regardless. Next person's in. Out of there. So you're out. Doesn't matter if your partner makes a mistake. Out of there. Come on, get these guys out of here. Oh. Yeah, come on over. Thanks, Gary. So, yeah, just one person comes over. So only the person on the right-hand side comes over regardless. Okay, out of there. Back in. So you can see I was 5. Sweet. It still keeps everybody moving. You can have 6 or 7. Yeah, sweet. Come on over. Never give them time to get set. Adios. Careful the ball there. Sorry, my fault. Out of there. You see how this can work with 5? You still be very effective. Good shot. Great ball. Oh yeah, nice save. Out of there. Woo! Here we go. Last 10 points. Out of there. Come on over. Great save on the line. Oh, nice volley. Last 8. Out of there. Out of there. Come on over. Last 4. Good pickup. Oh yeah. There. Oh, got him. Great hustle. Last 3. Oh, would have been sweet. Careful the ball there. Last 2. Oh, she's all over that. Out of there. Good job. And who's going to end up on the championship side? Nice. Great save. And there it is. All right, champs. Give him a hand, everybody. Any questions there? That's called Red Rover. Usually Red Rover we just do one, but you can adapt. Again, what it is there are certain games that are more suited towards smaller numbers, certain games that are very more suited to larger numbers. And so that's part of what your skill as a cardio tennis pro is, having that repertoire and then choosing your games according to your group. Does that make sense? So, and in the website and everything, it has drill diagrams, and it says what the recommended numbers are. So some say 4 to 6, some say 6 to 8, some even say 8 to 12. Okay, so we recommend certain games that are more suitable for certain numbers. And it's on the cardiotennis.com, and now we have on Dartfish we have actual videos of most of the games. So you can actually go and see them being done, see how they work. But the drill diagrams are there, and anybody who takes the cardio tennis training course gets that. By the way, anybody who attends this conference is eligible for a $50 discount on their next cardio tennis training course. That's Cardio Tennis's donation to this program here and to you all. So if you're interested in that, what? Yeah. Okay. And I'm not sure when the next one is in this area. We're just really creating the full schedule for next year. You can always go to cardiotennis.com and look up where they're being held. Okay. Let's do a couple more cardio games and then we'll move on. But first, the quiz. What was that working on? What's the obvious one? Yeah, retreating in drop shot, hustling in, getting drop shot under control, and still being able to play out the point. What are the situations you find yourself in there? Yeah, a lot of defensive positions. So the beauty of the cardio tennis is you're in a lot of situations that you try to avoid getting into in a normal game situation. Like I said, those are the ones that turn things around. Because not only is the key is you as a coach being flexible, being adaptable, but you're trying to create players that are adaptable, that can adjust to the variety that happens in a match. So we're not training strikers with the ball. That will happen. We're training great players. Okay? So, let's try another one here. Who's ready to meet crazy? Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is called Bedlam. And it truly is. And we need 8 for this one. Okay? So here's the way Bedlam works. Somebody take a plastic and stick it right back here in the middle on that side about 8 or 10 feet behind the baseline. Just like that. Now this is 4 on 4. Okay? So divide our teams. Let's see what we want here. Let's go right down the middle here. So you for a team over here, you for a team over there. Position yourself anywhere you want. We're playing 4 on 4. Now, here's the kicker. If you contact the ball, you cannot touch the ball again until you've gone back and touched that spot. Got it? Bedlam. And you will soon see why. Everybody got it? My feed can go anywhere. Are we ready? Here we go. Touch. Okay? Back in your position. Here we go. Ready? In position. You. Good catch. Oh, nobody home. Way to take advantage. Nothing there. Ready, cover? Oh! Okay, let's play a game first to 5 points. You guys ready? We're keeping score now. Roll the marbles. Oh, 1 up. I like that. 0-0. There we go. Oh, got
New technique.
Okay, it's 1-0. Tie it down, 1 apiece. Oh, 2-1. Uh-oh, you can't do it. Oh, he was there.
Stop.
You got to have great vision to see who's coming at you on this one. 2 off. Sweet. That was awesomely good. 3-2. 3-3. Coming down the wire. Oh, sweet. 4-3. Can they finish here or will we go to sudden death? And there it is. Woo! The jam. High five. Any question why it's called Bedlam? Pretty. Yeah. Yeah, I would. And again, most of these games, see, that's again the beauty of cardio the way it is now. If we had the orange balls, these points would be lasting twice as long. And they'd be just awesomely amazing points.
So if you use the orange ball, you probably won't need to worry about people taking other people from behind you.
Yeah, so again, games in cardio tennis now should be orange ball. This is way too dangerous. Okay. And you wouldn't do this with a non-skilled level. This isn't the game for that. So again, that's why when we first started cardio without the orange balls, we had to feed a lot more to be able to handle a wider range of participants. Now, with the cardio balls, it makes it safe enough to do it. And the points are a whole lot more crazy and fun. Okay? It's just really insane what you can do. Okay, now you guys are good, and you're so you still had good points, but with the orange, it's a lot better, yeah.
What do you change whether you have like a high number of skilled players and then like some beginners that walk out during the day and say, hey, I'd like to join the class? How do you adapt when you have high level and very low level?
That's a whole part of the training that we don't get into right now, but it's all a matter of programming. So again, the beauty of cardio is you can have some intermixing, but you know, intermixing 2, 5, 5 others ain't gonna cut it.
Right.
Okay. So if you do that, then you want to segment it. Okay, we got beginner cardio, we've got classic cardio. But the beauty of it is you can have a beginner come out, and if you're using the right balls and the right game, they can still have a positive experience. Okay. But then you ask your better players to be cooperative in playing, rather than totally competitive. That make sense? Yes. Yep. Mentoring. Yeah. So if you have that 1 or 2 higher level players, you just say, hey guys, your job is to make it good for them. They become the role models. It helps them develop their game more effectively. Let's do one more. I was thinking they need to break. They don't want to do all the work.
Keep going.
Who's got a favorite cardio game? Okay, yeah. Let's do triple. Triple is the classic cardio game. And that's one of the other things that we do in cardio now is we have a whole cardio tennis triples format. We've got a whole guide for it, and it's a great event. 2.5 hours. The beauty of it is we have 8 per court playing the whole time. So you can double the amount of people you have on court all the time, which means double the revenue, and everybody's having a great time. Okay, so triples, real simple. One at the net, 2 at the baseline. Since we have 4, move the plastic back about 4 or 5 feet. Move that plastic back. That's where the extra person will sit out. Okay, so just be back behind there. Okay, so we're going to rotate counterclockwise every time. So let's practice rotating. Ready? Go. So rotate around. Gary, up, come in. Gordon, you're going to play or not? Okay, thanks. Ready? Rotate. Okay, good. Now you want to make sure as they rotate that they keep their head facing there so they don't turn their back on the court. So now we rotate after every single point, every single time. Here we go. First team to 10. Whoa! 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 Rotate. 1 love. Shot, 2 love. Out of it, 3 love. There we go. 3-1. Got on the scoreboard. Thanks, Gary. Oh, 3-2. Three off. Out of there. 3-4. What a comeback. 3-5. They're coming alive now. 3-6. 3-7. What's happened to this team? Nice. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, we're on a room. Too bad. What do we got? 4-6 or 4-7? 5-7. 5-8. do it. Oh, not quite. That was it. Didn't come over. You guys are the champs. All right. Woo!
Question.
That's triple.
Question. Every point was a one-pointer. That's what you play?
You mean they rotate after every point, or?
No, every point that was won during that was just 1 point. That's the way you normally play it, or do you have more points for a particular time?
Okay, so this gets into the next phase of what we're talking about, and that is, what could you do what would you want to incentivize in this? First of all, we'll come to that in just a sec. What's the purpose of that? What are you really working on? What situation?
Taking over the net.
Okay? Passing shots past a really aggressive net person. Right? Now, if we had not quite so aggressive net people, and we wanted to incentivize them to be more aggressive, what would we do? 2 points for a winning volley that they don't touch. I used to give 3 points if they hit the other net player. We run the ball. Hey, don't need to worry about insurance. You run the ball. That's the beauty of it. Okay? Any other things you can do with that? Yeah, you could say no loss. Now, when we have our tournaments, it's not cost effective to have a pro fee on each court. So then we do a self feed where this person bounces and hits. Okay? And then you might say no loss. But actually, let's do that because this creates a whole other realm.
And they're allowed to go after the feed and the nets.
That's the whole point. Okay? So, we're going to show the variation of this which you would use in the tournament, which is no pro.
They can hit a volley off the feet.
Okay, so set up over there. Now, the person who's in this position feeds the ball. Okay?
Same thing.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to give a chance for revenge here. Okay. Now, Gary, why are you back there? That's not aggressive. Alright, so rotate, here we go. Get in there, challenge that first ball. Oh! Okay, now it's 2 points for a winning ball and they don't touch. Here we go. Good feed, go. What's our score? 3-1. Great shot, 3-2. Get the ball. You grab the ball when you're in that spot. Clean winner! 3-4. Four off. Out of there. 5-4. Out of there. Hold on a second now. 6-4. Normally, we would then have every 10 points you switch, or you get 5 points. Okay? We'll let you guys serve this because you got the balls here. Easy. Okay? 6-4. I don't need all this time, but it's effective. 7-4. Nice. 7-5. 7-8-5. 9-5. 10-5. What a move. See how that works? So again, imagine 6 courts, 8 players playing like this, having an awesome time. More involved. could. We typically don't, but you know, this one doesn't. So that's what we call cardio tennis triples, and then the triples tournament. So we're in the process of, again, we've got a whole manual that you can do, how to run the tournament, how to promote it, how to organize it, how to charge for it, and all of that is available. Eventually, we hope to have a national cardio tennis triple tournament. But again, to get competitive? Yeah. Okay. And so there's times when we want to get really competitive with it, but it's in a format that's really fun. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. So you can have a simple 2.5 hour, 3 hour tournament with as much extra stuff as you want, food and everything, and everybody's having a good time. So instead of the old-fashioned mixer, where you have a good crowd, half the people sitting out all the time, here, or you have, the beauty of it too is it doesn't matter what the numbers are. You can have a team of 3, you can have a team of 4, you can have a team of 5. So again, it takes care of a lot of those problems with what happens if I've got an odd person. And you can either you choose the teams, and everybody just comes in as an individual, or they can sign up to the teams and come in as a team. In a tournament, we typically play 21. First 21. Switch ins after 10 points. Serve 5, switch in. Serve 5, switch in. Does that answer your question about this? Thanks for reminding me about that, Jeff. And again, the tournament, you can put that extra in or not. Your choice. Any other questions about cardio tennis right now? In my mind, it's really a big part of the future of our sport. How many players participate in cardio tennis right now? Last time they checked. Anybody know? 1.5 million. As opposed to how many play USTA leagues? 250,000. So cardio has done a great job of getting new people on the court, getting old players or former players back out, and making the game fun. And that's really the key. It's a fun format. You know you're going to get a great workout. Can I get some exercise? Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. And yet it's safe. The other thing that we recommend, and we didn't do it here, but in cardio tennis, what else? What's the real goal?
Heart rate.
Heart rate. So we're monitoring the heart rate. Okay, so how are some ways we can monitor the heart rate? Okay, the ideal is the heart rate monitor. We encourage everybody to use a heart rate monitor. What's another way you can? Yeah, so if I was running a course, you guys didn't have it, if I was running an actual cardio tennis class here, I would stop every 10 minutes or so,